Hey guys, how you doing? I want to make a video today about tracking and scouting deer. So pretty much it's about beginning of September, a little bit, I think it's like September 12th actually. And bow season starts October 1st here. Pretty much what you're looking for is scrapes and rubs and anything that can be a telltale sign. Trails, looking for trails, and you're looking for food sources. You want to identify a swamp, fields, and maybe farmer fields, etc. And you're trying to look for these types of places in the woods because the deer love to bed around them. Trails you're going to find, I suggest stay away from walking on them. If you see a deer trail, you can follow it, but don't walk on it. It's the worst thing you can do. You're going to leave a scent, and you're going to force them. You want to also find where the feeding area is and where the bedding area is. You want to be able to find a mid-path, bottleneck, because they'll walk between feeding area and their bedding area, and they're generally going to find a path that's going to funnel them in. Those are good to look for as well. When I find stuff, I'll include it into the video for education. Hey, how you doing? I found some evidence that there's a buck in the area. Then I wanted to show any rookies or anybody who's not familiar with it some of the good signs that there's a buck. Part of it would be to see, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it looks like a cone almost. You can see it's built up a little bit. I'm not sure if anyone could see that or not. I'm actually going to go ahead and pick it up. Put my gun on safety here. Alright. So we have this. See how it's all put together here? That's awesome. That's a cone. I call them pine cones. I'm not sure if that's the terminology that's general for them, but that's what I call them, pine cones. One of the many signs you can see if you're in the right area. And I guess I'm in the right area. You want to look for other signs like scrapings on trees, or rubs on trees and scrapes on the grounds. They'll scrape the ground with their hoof, clear out an area, and rub their antlers on it and get their scent on it for when women come walking by. It's usually an overhanging branch, and or something that when a woman walks by the trail, she can sniff the deer scent when a doe walks by. When you see that type of poop, though, that's a good sign. It means there's a buck in the area. If it's just a pile of poop, that's just a doe. But when it's together like that, that's a buck. Hey guys, how you doing? I found another sign that you want to look for. Well, not a sign, but things you want to look for while you're in the woods. It's this right here. You see that rock wall? How it's broken? There's the long pieces and it breaks. The deer love to use easy walkways like that. They'll go through something like that before they will jump over that. So look for stuff like that and see if there's any paths. Usually there'll be a lot of paths that go through something like that, and there's a reason for it. It's because that's the path they use. Hey guys, I want to bounce something else for you, and hopefully you can see it. It's going to be hard. Hopefully I can bring it up really good. You can see this tree right here. Right here is this good scrape. And that's what you're looking for on a tree. Right now, I'm underneath pine trees. They love the pine trees. I'm also in the back, right behind me, is the edge of a swamp in the middle of the woods. And they love the swamp. They'll actually walk right into that swamp and bed down on high ground in there because they know chances are nothing's going to follow them. I just saw a skunk. Okay. They also choose a site because it's high ground. Where I am in the woods is actually on an upper level part of the terrain here. So anything that's coming up, they'll grab with a sense. The wind blows predominantly this direction, so that's in their favor as well. Let's see if we can find anything else while I'm here. Usually they'll rub more than one tree, so forgive my inability to look at the tree right now, or the camera. Ah, here's another one. See, that's fresh. Nice and fresh. See how this has all bark? And here's all rubbed off? They come by with their antlers. Their antlers have fur on them and they get itchy and they rub them. Let's see if there's anything else in the area. Well, I think you get the point for that. Hey, not 5 feet. Not but 5 feet from where I just saw those scrapes. I'm not sure if this is going to come up or not, but there's a big old cone. You see how it's balled together like that? That's a little old, but nonetheless, it's a good sign there's a buck in this area. There's a fresh scrape on the trees. While I shut off the camera, I saw another pine tree, probably about 4 inches, 5 inches diameter. Got a good rub, maybe 10 inches. It was pretty big. So the bigger the diameter usually means, of the tree, usually means bigger buck. So there must be a good sized buck somewhere around here. And it makes sense because it has all the elements. There's also acorn trees up the road. So I'll keep trucking along for you. Hey guys, this is very typical of something you would see. You see this overhang right here in this trail? They're using this. This is where they'd rub their antlers on it. You get the smell on. But right here, you see how the ground's all softened up compared to right here? You can see the deer prints in it. That's the buck scraping the ground with his paw. That's something you want to look for. So now I'm going to enter a field. I want to show you where they lay down and how to recognize where they bed. Hopefully we'll find something and we might get to see some deer if we're quiet. Last year, there's probably no deer in this field. I might have spooked them all because I saw a couple when I came in. I think they ran off already. Last year I saw a really big buck in this field, 12, 13 points. This is the type of stuff that they love because it's secure for them. They can hide in these trees right here, but it's in the middle of all this high grass. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can find some places where they bed down for you to show you an example of what a bedding looks like if you're in the woods and you don't know what that is. How to recognize where they bed down. Almost there. Okay. Oh, this is good. You see that right here? That's made by a buck. You can even see his print right there. He's scraping that ground because a doe laid down here. Now you see how all this other grass is standing up? And this stuff is matted down. It looks like a doe and a couple of her little baby fawns were laying down here. And a buck caught sniff of it and came in and started scraping that up. That's good stuff. Anything else? It's more prominent in the higher grass. Okay, you see this area right here? This area right here has like a swirl mark. The grass is all going around in a swirl. You see how some of it's up and some of it's down? This is where they're bedding down. And this is the type of field that you typically find them in. They love this stuff. So when you're looking, this is the stuff you look for. Hey guys, I'm going to try to sneak up on some deer that I just found in that field. Very angry. That's a buck. Okay. Hey, yeah. So these are the woods that I'm hunting. And see how green it is underneath the canopy? Well, in a couple of weeks, that's not going to be like that. It's going to be really hard for the deer to hide in any like that. Right now, they'll walk through stuff like this, but you really want to make sure that come autumn, when the leaves come off the trees and this is wide open, it's going to be like a football field, wide open. They're not going to walk through this. You want to get up along the edges. You want to get up along the hilltops, and sit still for bow hunting, because this is just going to be wide open.